When we look at the body more from a natural perspective, a holistic perspective, I'm reading the body differently and I'm seeing the body differently, right? Because what I find is that you have to be dealing with something for a long time before it really shows up strong medically. So your body begins showing these signs before they really show up like intensely from a medical perspective, and they're trained to deal with it once it becomes problematic. We're trained to deal with things when it's a problem for you, right? So the tests are important, but if you're saying that this is a problem, if you're saying that this is abnormal for you, then I'm listening to your body and we're doing something to address it now. Because by the time it shows up advanced on a medical test, now the problems are more severe. So we want to do something about that now. And it definitely looks like, and this is common with IBS, your gut is having an immune response. It's having an immune response, and that's the reason why you're having the inflammation and you can't really indulge in the foods that you used to. That's the reason why your stool is loose, because it's passing through your body. Your body is rejecting it. And I don't know exactly why, but there is definitely an imbalance there with your bacteria and your ability to absorb nutrient. So it's a couple of things that I want to address. One is, again, your body starts to have an immune response before it progresses enough to see it medically. Like your body just starts having this response, because I believe that all of those like spices and things that you were having a lot of, it was a perfect storm. So like high stress, it weakens your immune system like incredibly, right? When the stress is high. So we're dealing with COVID. The world is dealing with COVID. That's already a high stressful situation, and you're in school, and you're a wife, a mother, you have your family, you have your studies on top of this global stress. Now your gut is weak. And in addition to that, you're having a lot of things that could irritate a gut that is already in a weakened state. So what happens is, when it gets irritated, it starts to affect the integrity of your gut overall, and it weakens your integrity, and it leads to what a lot of people may call leaky gut. So now what's happening is, when you eat foods, it's not going through the proper process of like digesting and absorbing. Some of those things are getting into your system, and when they get into your system, it causes an immune response in your body. But they're not seeing that, but that's what's happening, because it's at the beginning stages of it. So it's only a matter of time before something gets into your system that looks like something that's already there. So when that happens, your body begins to attack itself. So if it looks like joint tissue, it attacks the joint. If it looks like thyroid tissue, it attacks the thyroid. And now when it turns on the body, that's when they see it, and now they're saying we see an immune response. Now we see autoimmune disease, but like this happens before it gets there. So the whole point of taking a more natural approach is for us to try to do something before it gets to that point. Like we don't want it to get there and now we have to deal with something that's more serious. We want to address it now before it turns into something more serious. And I think that now is the time that is easier to address. And now is the time to do something about it and not wait until later. Does this make sense for you?